think discrimination is an issue that touches everyone very deep down inside. Because I think nobody can say that he or she hasn't had, at a certain point of their life, the feeling that they were discriminated. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's perceived. But this feeling, this discomfort, I think everyone has had it. And being a woman, I can only feel even more the issues that deal with discrimination against women that normally face multiple forms of discrimination. Whether you're a woman or you're a person with disability, you belong to a minority group. So I think it touches women in a different way. That is why I personally am really interested in issues that deal with discrimination. Now, in relation to why discrimination, in spite of all the efforts, is still a widespread phenomenon, I think it has to do with deep-rooted societal prejudices. And it also has to do with the fact that in terms of the legal approach, I think most states do not have a general framework law against discrimination. They have piecemeal legislation on discrimination in the field of employment, or discrimination in social policy, or discrimination in education, but there is not this overall approach of a framework law against non-discrimination. And I would like to highlight our last general comment of the committee to which I belong, that's the Committee on Economic, Social and Cultural Rights. That is general comment number 20 of the committee, that is on non-discrimination in economic, social and cultural rights. And I think it has a couple of good points. And one of its main strengths to me is that it has signaled other status grounds for discrimination that were still not very much in the mainstream, if I could say so. Because, as you know, the Universal Declaration and the two big covenants on civil and political rights and economic, social and cultural rights, they have a formulation that leaves something open, because they have an extensive list of grounds for discrimination, and then they have a reference to any other status. And I think the drafters were wise in leaving this any other status open. Based on the experience of the committee, we have now added some new grounds for discrimination. And I would like to highlight three that I think are very important in these times of crisis. One is social and economic situation as a ground for discrimination. The other one is nationality, because really all the human rights instruments apply to everyone living under the jurisdiction of the state party, and therefore the issue of nationality and its link to non-discrimination is important. And the third ground is sexual orientation and gender identity. So I think the general comment could provide some kind of guidance and input for anyone who's interested in issues of discrimination.